Just one glass in, you're already on my mind. When it gets late, I always realize that I need you. Are you thinking about me too tonight? It's no secret, all my friends already know. There's no reason to hold it back, I let it show. All my feelings, are you thinking about me too tonight? Your hands around my waist, just let the music play. Like a drug, I am hooked on you. Sweeter than summer wine, baby, just hold me tight. Like a drug, I am hooked on you. And that makes me say, oh man, you make it feel like paradise. Goddamn, I think I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh man, you make it feel like paradise. Paradise. I'm taking a mental picture in my mind just to keep this moment till the end of time. 'Cause I know that it might be over after tonight. So before I change my mind, your hands around my waist, just let the music play. Like a drug, I am hooked on you. Sweeter than summer wine, baby, just hold me tight. Like a drug, I am hooked on you. And that makes me say, oh man, you make it feel like paradise. Goddamn, I think I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh man, you make it feel like paradise. Paradise. Bittersweet, give it to me. If it's only for tonight, it's bittersweet, give it to me. If it's only for tonight, it's bittersweet, give it to me. If it's only for tonight, it's bittersweet, give it to me. Oh man, you make it feel like paradise. Goddamn, I think I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh man, you make it feel like paradise. Paradise. Oh man, you make it feel like paradise. Goddamn, I think I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh man, you make it feel like paradise. Paradise. Bittersweet, give it to me. If it's only for tonight, it's bittersweet, give it to me. If it's only for tonight, it's bittersweet, give it to me. If it's only for tonight, it's bittersweet, give it to me.
We watch the sun go down over the same old town, like so many times before. We look at the same old stars, battle the same old wars, like so many times before. And I know that we're not perfect, but I'm gonna miss all that we had. Yeah, I know that we're not perfect, but I need this night for the last time. Stay, stay. Know you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay. Stay. Know you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay. If you stay. Know you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay. We were never meant to last, but all the fun times we had, I'll never forget. We will always share a bond, no matter what. 'Cause you have a piece of my heart, and I know that we're not perfect, but I'm gonna miss all that we had. Yeah, I know that we're not perfect, but I need this night for the last time. Stay, stay. sun go down over the same old town. Stay, stay, know you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay, stay. Know you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay, if you stay, if you stay, oh, if you stay. Know you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay.
Hello, my Inkie friends. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Make sure that I'm here. I'm all alone tonight. Heather has a, how do I say, I don't know, some kind of school thing with her granddaughter. I mean, come on, her granddaughter took precedence over us. Some play. I mean, we're going to have words with that woman when she's here next week, I tell you what. But I have got something fun planned tonight. Let me just say a few quick hellos to Gina, who was here first, followed by Jeanette all the way. I don't know how Jeanette came in right after her when Gina's from Canada and Jeanette's from Australia, but you know, stranger things have happened. Karen and Mary and Gina, it has been a hot minute since we've seen you, and Lynn from Vernon, Arizona. Peggy, haven't seen you in so long. I had a little chat with Peggy today and I told her, look, honey, we're only 2 hours apart. It's only 8 p.m. where you are. Get your butt over here. Chris and Kimberly and Brenda. Hello, hello, Kimberly. Two Kimberlys, spelt differently, but the same sounding. All right, so I have some stuff planned tonight, but I have to tell you guys one quick thing. So last month in the mixed media with the Inkie Besties, we did all these crackle tests to see, you know, which one I liked the best. And then I can't remember which bestie thing it was, but you can all blame Jeanette, point the finger at her, it's her fault. But she got talking about making watercolors, so that was it. I fell down a hole. And when I fell down that hole, that's when I came across this cold wax. And then it occurred to me, I'll have to tell you something about it, but something occurred to me. And I thought, you know, it's really funny how everything in the stamping world comes from the art world, right? Okay, so you'll see where the cold wax came into the stamping world, where you'll go, oh, but you won't have enough in your little arsenal to do what we're going to do tonight. But while I was in that rabbit hole, I started finding how to make watercolors. So we're going to make watercolors this month in the I'll Try It Out in the Inkie Besties space. And then in the mixed media, I'm going to show them how to make, let me see if I can get this to focus. Okay, come on, don't give me a hard time. Crackle paste. Shut the front door. Can you imagine just making your crackle paste as you need it and never having to worry about it drying out? Shut the front door, right? So we're going to make crackle paste. We're also going to make cold wax because you guys may have seen, let me grab it for you. Let me just grab it for you because then you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, if past Cindy Lynn had thought of this, she would have brought it to the table with her. But, oh, I have to mention one other thing. If there's nothing else you do tonight other than pick your jaws up off the floor because this looks so much fun, make sure you like the video. And while you're down there liking it, open the description and go and follow Heather and I on the Stamp Lounge. We have a podcast coming up soon. I can't give you an exact date, but I can tell you it's almost done editing, and it is one not to be missed. There is a lot of controversy in this podcast. So I'll just give you a hint. This name kind of made me think of it, but nevertheless, microglaze. If you know what microglaze is, well, guess what? microglaze is basically cold wax. So this cold wax is a little different. There are different versions of the glaze and the wax and stuff, but this DecoArt Wax Effects, this one's translucent. It's a layering acrylic wax. Now be very careful before you run off into the abyss looking for things on your own. I've linked stuff for you. You want to make sure if you're going to get this, you get the acrylic wax, because there is a oil-based one, and then you would be mixing oil-based paints and stuff with it, okay? But for this example, I'm going to use the acrylic one because I have acrylic paints. Now, I'm going to give you some tips on other things that you can be adding into this, okay? I'm going to mix it here, and then I'm going to move this to the side because I have a big 12 by 12 board that are glass mat, if you will, that I have taped my Canson XL watercolor paper on. It's linked below, and I painted it, so I'll be able to show you how I did that. So I'm going to try my best to keep an eye on the chat. If there's a 911, like, I just had to look at my mic and make sure that you guys could hear me. Wouldn't that suck? 5 minutes in and I realized my mic was off. That's never happened here before, ever. We don't want that to happen for the first time. But if there's something 911 you really want to know, type it in big caps. And if I miss it, please, from the bottom of my heart, I'm so sorry. I get going on this, and that's why we have Heather. But basically, I'm going to show the Inkie Besties how to make this. That'll come to the channel eventually, but we have 3 videos a month where we do this kind of stuff. So it's a free trial. So you're no time like the present to get in there and get in on this. So I'm going to mix up 3 different colors. So I'm going to put 3. Now the ratio is whatever you think you're going to need. And I'm going to suggest when you're using cold wax, I've heard people say 50-50 ratio. I like to stay within the 10 to 30%. Just because I'm afraid I'm going to compromise my cold wax. I haven't gone outside of that before. So nevertheless, you know, it is what it is. I'm just trying to think how much I'm going to need here. I don't need as much black. I want more blue. I might be good with this. So let's start with this and see. I don't know that you need to cover this with the, you know, what that stuff's called. I never remember. Press and seal, that's it. Words are hard. I don't know that you need to. I just do it out of habit because, unfortunately, I've just bought too many crappy products in the stamping world that dry out too fast. So I figure I'm just going to do that on all of them. Now, I did take, actually, let me just mix this up first. So my white, I'm probably going to use about this much white. So I'm going to use an acrylic white paint here. This is just Liquitex basic acrylic from Michaels. And I'm going to mix, I don't know, not half basically, okay? And then I'm going to take my black and I'm going to mix this one to be black, not quite half. And I probably even put a little too much there. And I'm going to use some Distress ink. Excuse me, Tim Holtz Distress ink. The re-inker. You can use here, you can use a plethora of different colors of inks, okay? Any re-inker, water-based re-inker is going to work. And I have actually seen people use alcohol ink. So, I mean, go figure that a product that has, I mean, I don't think it has water in it. Judging by the ingredients that I picked up, why is everybody saying hi, Heather? Oh, she's on her phone. Oh, dang, that Heather. Well, it's a good thing we finished talking about her earlier, right? So with this one here, this is a very concentrated ink, as are most of your inks. Can you use, like a couple weeks ago, we used some of the P.H. Martin watercolor inks to make watercolors? Sure you can. I don't think those are quite as concentrated as these. So I'm going to start with 1 drop of that and see what color I get, okay? So I'm going to mix up my lightest color first so that I don't have to worry too much about a super dirty. I think I put too much paint in here. Like, I really feel like I put way too much paint in here. Oh, see, Lynn. I put way too much than I normally do. Now I'm worried. Excuse me, Chloe. We had a little chat before the stream started, remember? And we talked about the pause, and we talked about you trying to get in here. Everybody's like, where's her little Chloe cam? It's unplugged right now. I've had some computer stuff, so nevertheless, I'm going to go for it with this one, but I think what I'm going to do is with the black, I'm going to move some of this away over here because I feel like I have like really close to 50% and I don't want that much. So I'll just move it away rather than mess it up. So this here, translucent, why am I mixing white in something that looks white? Because it dries translucent. So if you're going for that effect, by all means, be my guest and put in nothing. Then you're just going to have a nice translucent effect. So can you do this with the Dorland's wax? Yes. And the Dorland's wax is the one I showed you guys that you can get instead of this. It's by Jacquard. You can mix stuff in here, and I have done that. And I've got some really nice results. This is a much looser medium than that one was. So now, of course, this is dirty, but that's okay. We'll just get that off of there. And then we'll mix up our blue. I was going light to dark, remember? What happened with that? Anyway, that's okay. Now we'll see what we've got for color here. Oh yeah, this looks good. That's what I like. Now, normally I probably would just use reinkers, but for black and white, it's a challenge, right? So most people have white paint. And can you go to the dollar store and get paints? Absolutely. You can absolutely use those. So I hope she does amazing too. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I'm just watching for chat. I'm trying to watch for chat. I tell you, if she makes a habit out of this, I'm just gonna have to fire her. I tell you what, can't be here because of her granddaughter's thing. See where we are in the pecking order. All right. Hi, Melanie. Well, I guess she can't hear me if she's up on stage being an actress. Okay, now, what I did was I took a 12 by 11. I'm gonna have to slide this over. Bear with me. So when you see me bringing in the colors, you know already what I've got here, okay? But I took a 12 by 11 because these come 11 by 18. So what I did, this is not going to work. I'm going to have to bring this in a little bit closer. Oh, don't you fall off there. We're trying to keep this place clean tonight. All right. Okay. All right, that's good. I painted this with antique bronze paint, okay? And the reason is because if anything shows through, like you guys saw on the card example, if anything shows through, like in some of these little spots and whatnot, then it's just going to be a color rather than white. You can use any color you want here, okay? I just prefer, I really like this color. And when I painted it on, let me see if I can get a little bit of a, yeah, you see, you can see my paint marks here. This down here I went this way I went that way, up here I went that way, and that's okay. It just adds to the interest. There's just more stuff to see, and I'm actually going to zoom out a little here so you can see everything. Woo, we're shaking it up. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do actually, let me make it easy on myself because this is a pain. We're going to turn this one right around this way. Ha ha ha. There we go. Then we put this one here. Perfect. All right. And then I have somewhere to put all my little tools so they don't mess up my workspace. So some things you might want. I'm going to discuss these things before I start using them so that I don't forget to tell you. Bubble wrap. And bubble wrap with little bubbles that are not the inside of the white and blue Amazon bag, like actual bubble wrap. If you get bubble wrap from me, the pink bubble wrap, that would work too. This, you don't have to have small circles. This one's bigger circles than this one, but it's all personal preference, right? If you have any lace, or, you know, just, I got this at the Dollarama, and I've already used this already, but I mean, I can still see the holes through it, so I can still get some texture out of there. some tools, of course, and I'm going to use this tool to make some texture and some stencils. And I will take this opportunity to let you guys know really quick. I came out with a new stencil set because I really, 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 really wanted this. Whoops, not that. This mosaic. I saw a card and I was like, I just have to have that. It was so beautiful and stunning. I just had to have it. So I wanted to make that. And then this was Heather's idea to put in the rocks. Now you can do this way and only blend some of them. And then you've got some cobblestone, or you can even go a little stained glass and do like different colors in them and whatnot. So that's one of them. And then I got some really cool ones in here, you guys. I've got, here we go, this one, the coffee stain. I had to have a coffee stain. And then I threw in the fleur-de-lis, and then just this really not grungy but not pretty type flower stuff, because this is more for, you know, distressy type things and pastes and whatnot. But this one I'm most proud of. Check out these numbers. There's a few numbers, the letters, there's a few numbers in there, but what I wanted to do was I wanted a stencil set that had a variety of fonts. So I worked really, really hard at like removing pieces like here and down here on the B and in the D, on the ampersand, or the ampersands on the other one, the A. So you can see how there's little chunks out of it, because if I didn't take that little chunk out of it, the whole E would fall out of the stencil with the inside. So the inside needed something to attach to. So I worked really, really hard, and I used all of these pieces to take out those pieces so it all kind of flows. But I went with a little more than half being letters, because when you use it on a card, you don't need a whole 6x6 stencil to be letters, right? So I threw in just some extra little thingies, and I'm going to use these tonight and maybe a letter or two. And then a stencil set wouldn't be complete without the numbers. So I did the same thing with the numbers. As you can see, I threw in a couple, you know, traditional stencil style ones, but then we've got an ampersand, a number sign, a percent sign, a question mark, and then all different fonts in here. And I don't have a super grungy type brick wall, so I threw that in there because I've always wanted to add that to my collection. So those are linked down below for you. Now, I didn't list these as a product yet. If I get enough people beg me for it, I will. But I made a big 12x12 stencil set because these here, this is the number one, and maybe some stars depending on your project, or some honeycombs. But this one, I had to have this because they sell, do you know that they sell the thing they take the sequins out of? It's called a something. I don't remember. Words are hard. But I was like, the price of it, I was like, you're going to forget about that. It's otherwise garbage, but somebody at some point was like, oh, maybe we could sell these. And then people in the art world buy them and they pay all this like money for them. And I'm like, forget it. I can make one. So you're going to see how I'm going to use that tonight. So first things first, when you're doing this, the most important thing is to start with your darkest color, okay? And I scrape in all my little dry bits. As it doesn't dry too fast, but I scrape those bits in, because what's the worst going to happen? They're going to leave little bumps and stuff on my work, which is perfect for texture, right? So I'm going to use this here tool. I don't even know where I got this. I have two of them, so I must have bought two of something, shocker, at one point in my life. So what you'll notice after you paint this, you're going to feel like it's kind of bubbling, and you can kind of see it looks a little warped. Don't stress. It'll all work itself out. It'll be, oh, sorry, Chloe, I just smacked Chloe in the face. If you weren't over here where you weren't supposed to be, I wouldn't have smacked you. And she comes back. Okay. So all you got to do is apply a little bit. If you're afraid, apply less. And put your little tool, whatever you've got here, kind of parallel to your paper. Put it down and then drag it. And then maybe drag it again. And then drag it in different ways. Like, do you see how easy this is? That's it. That's all there is to this. It's just dragging this in different ways, in different spots, making it maybe a little darker in some areas. I like that line in there. I want this to be a little darker over here. Picking up a little more now. And then maybe some here. maybe I'll do this one again. Oh, I like that nice dark black there. And then we'll put some more maybe coming this way. And what I do, and I don't worry too much about that at this stage, but you're going to hear me talk about it again. I kind of try to envision, why am I making this so big? Well, honey, if you're going to get everything out and mix it all up, you may as well start big and cut it down into many different card fronts. So what I try to do is I try to visualize that this, and this are 4 cards. And I'm going to take one card front from here, one from here, one from here, and there's a little piece of hair in here. And you're probably thinking, whoa, 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 you can get way more card fronts out of that. And you would be absolutely right. But if you only got 4, you could still use all the strips for paper piecing, you know, like different collage stuff in your journals, or just paper piecing on a card front or what have you, right? So don't stress too much about that. Worrying about, you know, how many cards you're going to get out of it. Now, I've only got this much left. I've pretty much picked it all up from here. So, oh, don't you start, Missy. I don't want to hear it. We'll just put a few randos here and there. Clean off my brush. And I want it to be not too thick. Excuse me. See, oh, she got a goober in her eye. Grody. You ever notice anybody who has a dog that has fur, they always get goobers in their eyes. Mind you, Bella had fur and she never got goobers like this in her eyes. And there's one of those little chunky bits, and I'm going to make sure that I put that on there. Kind of spread some of these out. I think I'm good. I'm just trying to thin it out in some spots, only because I don't have all the time in the world for this to dry. I painted it ahead of time so that I wouldn't have to worry about painting it, but and letting it dry. So there's that, but love those, want them. How fun. What is, oh, the coffee stains ones, the stencils, duh. I'm like, what is she talking about? Everybody needs more sense, and you can blame Karen for that one, because Karen was like, when are you coming out with another stencil set? And all I really wanted was this one right here, this mosaic, if you will, and then one of these. So it all turned out, it ballooned 2 days later into a big stencil set. Okay, so I do want this to dry a little, so I don't like to do this, but I'm going to speed up my drying process. When I did this one night with just a couple of the besties. We were hanging out because we have this place called Inkie Bestie Space, and the Inkie Besties can go in there whenever, but sometimes I send out an email and I'm like, hey, I'm in the Inkie Bestie Space, and then we hang out. But I did one of these, and I actually did a few of them. I did a big 12 by 12 that I framed, and then I put on the glass, I don't know, what does it say? Welcome to my happy place. And then I made some cards. I made a couple cards out of it, and then I've got a few more pieces. If you don't have watercolor paper and you have gesso and just like a mixed media paper, I would say go for it. You could probably get away with it just on mixed media paper alone, but if you put down some gesso or gesso, however you want to pronounce it, you can definitely apply all of this over top of, I call it gesso. So if I refer to it as gesso, I mean gesso if that's how you pronounce it. Potato, potato, right? So you can see here maybe that little, I got a bit chunky bit there. I'm okay with that because, and here I got a chunky bit, but it's just going to add texture. So I'm all good with that. So if you have the time when you're doing this to walk away or have 2 or 3 on the go, put one to the side, start messing around with the next one. It just depends on how far you want to go with it, right? But if you have the time, I wouldn't heat dry it necessarily like this. I can't say as though it would hurt, but I just like to let things dry naturally, right? Oh, you got a little icky bit in your eye too, Missy. What is with you guys? So I have to tell you guys, there's this invention I never knew about. So I got TikTok. I'm not talking about the invention of TikTok, by the way, but I got TikTok. I broke down and I got TikTok because I wanted to see if I could find enough card making hacks and things to compile a card making hacks I found on TikTok and like, you know, whether they work or not. Anyway, I couldn't find enough. But then I found all these other things and I started getting like, you know, I wonder what's going on TikTok and playing on TikTok and looking at TikToks. And I'm just like this like TikTok person now. But I saw this product on TikTok and it's this device and it's got some buttons and you push a button when your dog barks and you can't hear the sound, but they can. And it's like a 25 gigahertz. Now I sound like I'm from Back to the Future. I don't know, gigahertz bit, whatever it is, frequency that only a dog can hear. It is working so good, but I can't use it in the house because it traumatized Chloe. She would not go to the main floor of the house for a day and a half. She was just like, I'm done. I'm out of here. I don't like this. I don't want any part of it. So now let's go in with our white, and this one's probably clean enough. So I'm hoping, oh yeah, this is going to dry. I can already see it getting crusty on my table. Woot woot, I didn't put too much. And I am going to pick up those crusty bits for sure. So now all I'm going to do is just kind of lay that thickness down and start putting some of this white on my page. And I'm not going to worry about whether I use it too much because I can always add more, right? Now, as I add this white, oh shoot, I should have done my blue. I said go dark to light, Cindy Lynn. Okay, I'm going to stop here because I want to get my blue in here because I forgot to put my blue in. But this is where you start coming in and you should have gloves on here. Yeah, let me get a glove. Hold on. Or I'm going to have like white fingers for the next 5 days. I need one glove, just one. There we go. I only need one. And these gloves, I don't know who the heck made these gloves or why the heck I bought this kind. I don't think I realized what I was getting. They're so awful that I tried to make bagels with them one day and they were so heavy. They were like falling off my hands. Everything stuck to them. But here's the idea, okay? So you come in and look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I love it. Wait, light. Okay, there. It's hard to see, I know. Or you could also, well, let me just grab a few bits off of here first. There. And then over on this one, I might do a little bit of like this. So it looks like now I got like this crosshatch going on. And you can even take this and put your little bits somewhere else, but I like that. Do a little bit up here. See what I mean? I have a secret weapon too at the end here, so make sure you watch my little secret weapon I've got here coming up. So let's put some blue down because I don't feel like getting too much white before I get my blue all in here. And I definitely didn't mix up enough blue. So I'll be mixing up some more of that in a moment. That's okay. There we go. Look at this. This is all I have left of blue. I need to make more blue right now. Right now. Darn. I don't remember making so much of this. I got a crusty bit there, and I'm crusty bit, and I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to put these other crusty bits here too. There we go. Let's mix up some more of this blue. Now, see if I can get this off without making too much of a mess. And we'll mix up some blue. But think about all of the different things you have around your house that you can add texture with. I mean, oh my gosh, there's probably a million things. Where's my stuff? There it is. Let's pull out, we're going to pull out a little bit more white. I need another scooper tool thing here. Let's use this. Okay, some more white. Lots more white. 2 scoops of that. Uh-oh, I must have got blue on here. Now I got blue all inside. That's okay, a little bit there. We'll do 2 scoops of this too. That should be enough. All right. I don't remember making so much of this. Thank God I've learned how to make this because that can get expensive because you're going to see if you click the link that it is a little on the pricier side. But if you just want to experiment and play one time, then you know, it might not be so bad, right? A little bit of that. Oh, let's put a little bit more. I want that really white. And then we did 1 drop. So let's put 1 drop. We'll get you away from there. Okay, I got a little bit of blue in my white, but that's okay. I'm just going to mix it up with this because I'm already using that. Try and get all my little whites away from the blue. Mix that up. I'll try and read. I have no volume, but I'm watching intently. Toasty Rio Grande. Do they say Rio Grande or Rio Grande? I never know with that damn word. And sometimes there's an E on it and sometimes there's not. And it's like, okay, when there's an E, it's Grande, right? Like Ariana Grande. Like my personality is Grande. I don't know. All right, let me mix up my blue. And I'm scraping up those crusty bits in there. And when I say crusty bits, it's just because where there's only a little bit on my workspace, it just goes dry faster. Like if you have a big blob of it, you're going to be okay. Or if you had leftover color and you go, you know, to the dollar store and you get those little plastic containers with the little, you know, lids on them, you'd probably be okay with that. I wouldn't say that these don't last as long exposed to the elements as the Jacquard wax does, because it's a little different of a wax, right? It's kind of apples to oranges. Okay, so that's mixed up. So let's finish with our blue because I need more blue. So we're going to bring some blue in here over top of those crusty bits. There, some here, like that. A little bit in here. Probably could have even mixed up more. Good grief, I'm almost done this blue already. Holy Moses, look at that. I'm almost done. It's all right. We don't want to go too ham, right? Too ham. I'm not a millennial. What is it? No, Gen X. Yeah, I'm not millennial. Gen X. I'm learning all the proper names to ways to name people on TikTok now. Because there's all these, you know, baby boomer, Gen X, millennial. And you got to love these millennials who are like doing TikToks to like Led Zeppelin, right? I mean, come on. This is actually looking really nice. I always got to look up at the screen to see how things look, and it's actually looking pretty good. So some of the things we can do here, where are my numbers? Here. Let's put a big number. No, I don't want a number right now. Maybe some of these. Let's do a little bit of this right here. Oops, Chloe, you need to back up. I will put you on the floor. I will put you on the floor. All right, there we go. And let's do another one of those, because what you have to remember is that's going to kind of be in the middle, right, of where I'm going to cut my card, but I'm going to put a little bit there, and I'm going to put another little bit up here. Oh yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. And then we're going to do that. Okay, and I got a little bubble there. I don't care. It's all gonna come together perfectly. So there's that. Now, actually, you know, this coffee stain might be fun too. Maybe if we did, I got to kind of get it to dry a bit. This is where I'm running into a little bit of, I'm getting a little stressed because when I did this in the Inkie Bestie space, I did multiples. So it was easy to kind of let one dry while I was working on another one. So I guess we're just going to have to force dry it. And I'm going to try to smooth it out in some of the areas where it's super thick, just so that it dries out a little quicker. Yes, you know, I will put you on the floor. I love you, but I will put you on the floor. Why can't you just lay there like Sally? Well, Sally doesn't really have anywhere to go. Her bed's in one of those Michael's rolling carts, you know, so her bed's on the top of it. She doesn't really have very many places to go. It's kind of like Bella. when I used to take her out in her stroller, people would be like, "Oh my God, she's such a good dog." I'm like, "Well, she's blind and deaf." So they're like, "Oh, yeah, where's she going to go?" Right? But I do have a secret tool. I'm a secret medium. Y'all know what it is, but it's something that you might not think about putting on here. So I'm going to bring that out too. And I think maybe I might go with some of these bubbles right there. I should have done them a little sooner. Some of those there, maybe a couple right. Oh, that didn't really do much bubbles there at all. Not at all. Maybe this one. I don't think I used that one in my other one, come to think of it, because that's got tumbled glass on it. But that's okay. I don't mind that. All the different textures. And this one muddled into there, but that's totally okay. Pause. Watch your pause. Spread that out a little bit there. Okay, let's read some chat. When is Bestie class to make the cold wax? It's in your newsletter, Miss Chris. I sent out a newsletter, and then I sent out a dates correction newsletter too, because I got all the dates wrong. Because there's 5 weeks in this month, so I did them all right on the YouTube video, but then on the newsletter I kind of made a mistake. I was like, oopsie. Okay, no, I'm not dry enough. So we just get to hang out while it dries. That's all there is to it. We just got to kind of let things dry. Yep, because it's very wet. It's very wet. Because it's wax, right? So it's going to take a little bit more to dry than your normal paint or, just paint. Or even, well, I would say it's probably close to the same drying time as your pastes, right? You see me keep putting her back in her bed. Miss Chloe, you're such a little devil. Maybe I could do some of these other little areas though with my other little secret ingredient. I think I'm pretty much done with the blue. Let me see. Maybe put that there. I don't want to waste it, but I think I'm done with the blue. So I think I'll use this one for the other medium I want to put on here. Take this all off. All right, there we go. Okay, so this one. Is this clean? Relatively. All right, lunar paste, because this is where I got all of the silvers in here. So you can see this silver and this silver. So I just thought it'd be pretty to bring some silver in. So I want to bring silver in with the letters stencil here, because I like these little thingies here. So actually, you know what? I probably could just use this. So let's do this here and then just do, whoopsie, a few there. And then we'll do a couple over here. And I'm not even worrying about it being perfect or whatever, because it's mixed media. When I learned to let go, the world opened up for me, because you gotta learn to let go when it comes to mixed media, for sure, because nothing is ever going to be perfect. There we go. And I got some really nice peaks there, which is really cool. I don't want to lose those. And maybe now I'll scrape this one off and try and do some of the coffee stains. Let's see, I'm trying to find places that are still like drying off here. It's a little bit of a challenge. And I got blue all over this, but that's okay. Let's wipe it off. I only got blue all over it because I'm picking up wax that's not quite dry yet. All right, and these, all I did was I soaked them, and I have a paint scraper. You can, once it's soaked, just very gently scrape anything off that gets stuck on them, because these are nice and pliable. They're not like your sticky, pokey, some stencils, you have to be so careful, because when you blend, those little pokey parts, they bend right over. I mean, you can, if you try hard enough, bend one over, but they don't naturally want to bend, right? So that was something that was really important to me when I chose a stencil material. Let's do this one right here. Okay. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge. We'll do a little bit on that side. There we go. Perfect. And then let's do another one right here. I don't want to go, oh, I don't want to hear it. I'm kind of got a wet spot here and a wet spot there. Sounds like a personal problem, right? Family channel. But I've got to try to get in here because actually, why don't we do, no, I really want this one. So I'm just going to go for it because I really want this one in here. Okay, perfect. Now somebody just came home. So these guys want to go run and see. Oh, I got a video of my boyfriend coming up the driveway today. And I think it should be a reel with that song, My Boyfriend's Back and There's Going to Be Trouble. I mean, what do you think? Have you guys seen my recent reels? I was wondering, oh, Angie. What are you making? I'm just making a mixed media background to cut up and put into cards. And you know what? Now that I look at this, I did use tumbled glass here, not the Uncharted Mariner. But you can cut these up and put them into cards, or you can put them in your junk journals or whatever. So I'm just trying to get some spots to kind of go dry so that I can come in and add some of my lunar paste. Now here, I think I'll come in with my lace. That's the word I was looking for. Yep. Come in with the lace. Scrape it off and then lift it up and you get this really cool little texture, right? So I love it. I love it. It's what I don't love is that it's not dry yet. And if I'd have remembered that, I probably would have flipped back and forth. Mind you, I did this over the course of a couple hours. So that's probably why I don't really remember the problem with everything not drying so quickly. But I want to add some more white too. So let's go here, add a little more white like that, a little there, maybe a little bit right there like that. I'm not picking up too much blue, which is good. A little bit in this side and right there, because I like using the corners. And don't forget, if you're cutting this up, make sure you take a piece of acetate the size of your card front, because then you can kind of lay it out and decide where you want to cut your pieces from, right? So depending on what you're going to use yours for, you may just want to even tear them and have those nice rough edges, right? But let me turn this around because I feel like this is getting neglected up here. But so you can see, maybe I'll grab, let me grab my big 12 by 12 one while I give that a second to kind of dry a little bit. And I'll show you the big 12 by 12 one I did. This one has a lot more blue, and a lot more of the background exposed. But here, that's the big one that I did. So it's got all kinds of everything in there. And I didn't have my stencil set when I did this one. So, you know, I used my lace and then I used some other random stencils that I had and whatnot. But there it is, really big. Now, another thing you can do, and right now actually is the time. I'm glad I grabbed that because I would have totally forgot. Another thing you can do right now is get out your, this is always a good idea while I have the fan on. You can get out your foil and you can take different pieces and put them in some of these spots that are wet. Actually, you know what? It's not as wet as I think it is. Now that I'm trying to put these on, it's not shiny anymore. And I'm trying to find these pieces that look like burnt copper because those are the best ones. There and there. This piece came off. Not very sticky. I can see a sticky piece down here. And now, of course, they want back up because, you know, there's nothing special going on upstairs. I could have told you that. It's always cooler hanging out with Mom. I've pretty much picked this clean of all those burnt copper looking ones, but that's okay. I'll see if I can't find some in here. There's a good one. Now we need a wet spot. I told you this was a family channel. Let's actually just create one right here. There we go. We'll just stick this right on top of that. Why not? There we go. Get in there. You could also come in after it's completely dry and you could apply some of the zig glue to this. You know, the one with the mesh kind, or not the mesh, the felt type tip on it, you know? You could use that. Let's put this one here. Whoa, I ripped that one apart. That's okay. There. Another little piece here. So just kind of randomly where you think, you know, you might be cutting your cards fronts from, putting these little pieces on. And of course, at the end, don't let me forget, and if I do, I'm sorry, but I'll tell you now, you can splatter the heck out of this. Oh, there's a really good one. Come here, you. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, you're a big one, too. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Hey, don't blow away. Don't blow away. Oh, that one's silver, but that's okay. Oh, that's a really big chunk. That right there. There we go. And I got a nice, another big chunk here. So let's add this one to this spot. Do you ever watch somebody and you're thinking, oh, that spot, and then they don't go to that spot and you're just like totally devastated? I always do that when I'm watching someone in like the art world. I'm like, oh, you totally need something right. And then they never put anything there. And then I'm just like, oh, why didn't they put something there? Hold on, there's that little piece that blew away. And then at the end, once it's dry, you can go in with a very soft makeup brush. And I have, this one's from BoxyCharm, but you can find these on Temu. And I think I actually ordered one so that I could show you guys what one looks like that is actually obtainable, because this I got off BoxyCharm a long time ago. But it's just a makeup brush. It's just nice and soft. I think it's for applying makeup to your face, obviously. But it's nice and soft, so you can kind of rub it and get the little, but if you're framing it, you may not even need to take all those little bits and bobs off. There's a little blob there. Let's see if there's any more. Oh, there's one. There's one. Oh, and then they want to disappear. I mean, I do have tweezers, but why would we want to make it easy on ourselves and use tweezers, right? Here, we'll use this piece. Here we go. Oh, this is a big chunk too. Look at that beautiful, gorgeous piece right there. Oh my goodness. Here, let's make sure that we don't, where was I going to put this? Right here. No, I was going to put it right here. Right there. I have to put some of that down to make sure I don't lose this beautifulness. Oh, I love it. That is a pretty piece. Okay, now another little bit, maybe here. Where? Point. How about, I don't know. I think I'm getting enough of them now is probably why I don't know where to put it. So let's just put it away. Okay, there's that done. Now, I did get a little bit more dry, so I can bring in, you know, I really should bring in this because I was just dying to make this stencil, and I should just put some of this like on here, right? Why not? Can you see up here? Yeah, you can kind of see up there. So let's go, actually, you know what? Let's do it right here, because I need some white in here anyway. And I'm just going to do a little bit here. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I want it to look kind of haphazard, if you will. Like I didn't do it properly. Oh, I love it. Now this obviously will come out a lot nicer if you're actually stenciling it with, you know, blending it or whatnot. But let's do another little bit of that right. I wish I had more blue to do a blue one here. Actually, let's do a silver one. Let's do that. I'm going to wipe this off somewhere here, and we'll do a silver one. Oh yeah, it's nice and dirty now. So we'll put this way. And not going to be as easy to do it like this. And yes, I just stuck a dirty thing into there, but that's okay. We get dirty here. It's all right. Go a little higher with this one. Oh, I love it. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, and we could even do some of the, oh no, let's not do those ones. Let's do these ones. These little guys right here, these ones. Let's do some of these right here. There we go. Thank you, Simon, for coming out with such a cool paste that does not dry up. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Simon. And you notice when I do that, I don't really go right to the edge everywhere. Like I want it to be, I don't want it to be perfect. And then we need a coffee stain up in this corner. So let's pull out that one. And this stuff, it just comes right off like nobody's business after you soak these. So I don't know how it's going to come off my glasses, but when you soak them, it's no big deal at all. So let's go like this way, because this is, yeah, like that. And I probably got too much. Still too much. I got any questions? I can't get the supply list when I click on the login. Oh, no. The login or the supply list for this, Chris, is in the description here in this video, hun. Sorry for the confusion. It's in this video. And a little bit on that one. A little bit over here. And let's get some of those little splatters while we're at it. There we go. So satisfying. I just love it. I wish I had had more blue though. Like I almost want to like make up some more and bring it in with my fingers. Actually, I wonder what would happen. I've got some white left. So let me just add a little drop of blue and scrape up all my white, dry bits and all. And I'm just going to mix this last little bit of white up because I don't need any more white. But I feel like I could use some more blue. And I feel like it needs a little bit more ink because it had white mixed in it. So I got silver on here. Oh, there's my blue. There we go. Let's mix up a little bit more blue. There we go. And actually I can put it on with this and it would be a little bit smaller of an area to go over. So let's go. Oh, there's the blue that I like. Blue. Don't make me make more blue. Yeah, I like this color a lot. Mixing it. Do you see how just putting it in with the white made such a significant difference on that Uncharted Mariner? So if you don't have the color that you desperately want, play with it. You know, if you've taken a lot of my painting classes and stuff with the besties, you know the color wheel, you know how to mix your colors. So mix your colors and look at that. I mean, there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's just get the color on there. Even with the crusty bits, it's totally fine. We could probably get away with doing a tiny little bit more of the blue. Maybe a tiny little bit more. Let's clean this off. Oh my gosh, my tools are going to be so dirty tonight. I'm going to close up the lunar paste for now, and I'm going to make up a little bit more of the blue, and then I'm going to show you what I did for my splatter, okay? So I'm going to get some white here. I don't know what happened to the spoon. That's probably too much. There we go. White. And then we're going to use a little bit of white paint because it gave us that nice, it's a different color blue than the traditional tumbled glass. We'll do well, I guess a little blob in some because extra came out. And don't quite have as much, so I'll just do a little bit of that blue. And we'll mix this up really quick. Sorry you can't see me mixing it up, but I only have so much. We can kind of see a little bit here. We can bring that in a little bit here. There we go. And I've got a little piece of, okay, where are you going to go? You need to just go somewhere right now. Okay, I'm busy. Don't mess with me. Hello, Sally. What are you doing down there? Watching Mama? Watching from the floor? It's an awfully big world from way down there, isn't it? All right. Almost mixed. There we go. We should have a good mixture now. Okay, let's add a little bit more of this in some of these little spots here because I like this more. Yeah. Lots and lots. Just a little bit more of a solid color rather than seeing the color behind it, you know? And it doesn't even matter that there's multiple layers on it. We'll just add a little bit of this right here for some texture. A little bit right here. Perfect. It's kind of like almost a crosshatch, hey? Ooh. And I'm almost through that blue already. So you can see why you would want to kind of learn how to make your own cold wax. I can see why in the art world they make their own, because it could get very costly if you were repeatedly buying it over and over. So a little bit more there. And I think that's going to be all she wrote for this color. A little bit in here. Needed somewhere to put a little bit more. I love it. Isn't it gorgeous? It doesn't help me. You don't need to log in. Just look at the description here in YouTube on the video, honey. There's no, there's nothing on the Inkie Bestie page for this video because this one's a live for all the Inkie friends. So everybody gets the same info. All right, I'm just going to scrape this off of here really quick because it'll make it a little easier when I go to clean up. Scrape that off of there. All right, now for obvious reasons, I'm going to put some water in my little, this thing. And I'm just going to throw my stencils in here. We're going to get some water on my page. I mean, you knew that was bound to happen, right? I mean, who was calling that one out? There we go. And then we'll just stick all of these right in here, one on the floor. No, you can't have that stencil. Oh, and of course now we have cold wax on the floor. You keep your nose out of that cold wax, Miss Chloe. Hold on, let me wipe that up. You can't, oh, that one's the lunar paste. Yeah, we can't eat lunar paste. Okay, there we go. So now let's put these tools in here too. Plastic ones can just lay right in, no problema. Don't let your wood lie in the water because it's not good for your wood, the wood of your brushes and things like that. But there we go. Those can now soak. So for my splatter, oh, I love this. This is awesome. And I love this one. I got so many more peaks and textures. And you can still go in with different things. And let me show you really quick before I get too carried away here with the splatter. Excuse me, ladies. Are we ladies or little devils? Oh, that one didn't work out very good. Hold on. I think it's because I'm using my fingers. Try that again. That one should have worked though. No, that one didn't work at all. It worked better when I did these. I think because it's too thick. That's what it is. Because these were much thinner. So when it's really, really thick, it's too much for it to kind of, yeah, do it with your non-gloved hand, Cindy Lynn. Yeah, it's a little bit thick. So if you want to, the textures in there, do it a little thinner, okay? Because see, I got the holes. Actually, you know what we could do? We could do that. Why not? Here, let's do that again. That was smart. We'll do this. Actually, it's better to do it down there. And then we just go like, perfect. Okay, done with that. Now, our splatter. So, if I can get this open, I don't know. This here, I should put this on my paint shaker. But did you guys see the paint shaker yesterday? Shake, rattle, and roll, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, and theys and thems, and he's and hers. But, oh, this is always so hard to open, and I clean it so good every time. And now I can't get it open, and I don't have my pliers. Yeah, that's going to be a lost cause. So this stuff is amazing, but you have to clean. Let me see if it works like a pickle jar does. You know how we do this to our pickle jars? Let's see. Yeah, nope. Oh, you have to clean out the lid so good, or you're never getting it off. So I have to get pliers, and I don't have pliers on me. So we shall use some of this splatter. I like that. Actually, you know what we could do? We could use some of this as splatter. Or a different color. Let's get the gold. Oh, let's try this. I just noticed this over here. I don't even know what I have half the time. This one's Folk Art Treasure Gold. Oh, that's nice. This has obviously got oil in it, hey? Ooh, this looks delicious. Okay, this looks like it's going to be really, going to have to mix this up with something. Can't use water because it's an oil base, so it's just going to repel water. So what if we mix it up with heat protectant spray? I don't know. I want to try and use some of this. I was going to use this one. Actually, let me put this on the paint shaker just in case this doesn't work. We'll see, because that stuff is like really thick. Heat protectant spray, heat protectant spray. I mean, why not? And that's all you need, that amount of time. Shake, rattle, and roll. It's all done. Okay, let's put some of this on our workstation. And I need a paintbrush. 1 second. Paintbrush. We need a little bit thicker of a brush because we want to get big splatters. So this is just a cheapy, I don't know, this is Artist Loft, so it's obviously from Michael's. But let's pull out some of this. Oh, I think this is going. I think this has been around too long. This is really goopy. But let's see what happens if I add some heat protectant spray. I'll show you guys the process. I don't know why heat protectant spray, if that's a question. I can't tell you why. I can just, because it's not water. It's got water in it, I'm sure, but let's see what this does. I just need it to thin itself out. Don't bark at Mama. I'm busy. Does this have water in it? Of course it does. The very first ingredient is water. But let's see. Oh, I might need more. Hold on. Let's lift this up so I can spray it. Oh, why aren't you spraying? Hey, do not bark at me. I will spray you. Shh. I won't spray her, but she thinks I will, so that's all I need. Okay. Oof, I don't know. I don't know about this. Like, it just wants to repel it because it's an oil-based product. I can tell by how goopy it is. I'm sure there's oil in here. Well, don't listen to me because that says water-based. So I probably could have just added water. Okay, but let's see. Oh yeah, that's going to work. Okay, this is going to work. So I want some bigger blobs like that. And some not so bigger blobs. I'm getting really close to that black. And these big blobs, they'll take longer to dry, so be careful, okay? But that's what I want, is these big blobs like that. Because it's a bigger piece, right? And then when you cut it down, you'll have a nice variety of colors and textures all in all the places. But there, I mean, who's excited, first of all? I want a thumbs up for excited, and then like a crazy happy face if you're like over the moon, like clicking links already. Or, you know, maybe a little pensive face if you're like, I just am not sure yet. Because that's perfectly fine. Not everything's for everybody, but I don't want to overdo it on that. But there we go. So there. I could have had a lot more texture going in on here, but the problem is it's so wet. So I think what I'm going to do when it dries, I'll be able to come in with more of my little coffee stains and more of the, I'm trying to find the stencils, they're back there, but more of like these kind of, you know, the little dots, these ones, and these coffee stain ones, because I could have a coffee stain right over top of this area, or some of, you know, the other little thingies. This here, I could have a silver one coming across the corner right up there, you know what I mean, to kind of break up the colors a bit. But what you have to visualize is take your paper out and then kind of look like that's dang card front right there. I mean, that one's good. It's got a lot of black in here, but then you could put something on there. So, you know what I mean? Like just kind of have a look, and you've got all these different places that you can be drawing for your card fronts. So let's put this back. I thought for sure, like, you see that? That's why I thought it was oil. Like, I have never seen water do that. Is there no, there can't be oil in here if there's water. Water-based, non-toxic, indoor, outdoor. Apply thin, smooth coats. Yeah, well, we're breaking the rules. Use on wood, glass, terracotta, canvas, metal, and more. Or paper, you know, break the rules. Clean tools while wet. Okay, well, let's just put this in with the, there we go, right in there. And there we have it. I got a little bit of a mess, but not too bad. So soak everything and get it all cleaned up. This here comes out, it cleans up very, very nicely. And actually, my mat was so nice and clean because I just used it for the paint shaker video, and it was like all nice. I cleaned it special because you know me, I don't clean things. Everything in here is like always a mess, but nevertheless. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, look at all my crazy faces. Everybody's excited about the cold wax. So I know that besties, you guys can probably, if you want, hang tight for the second to last Wednesday of the month. No, next Wednesday on the, that's April. I don't even know what month it is. Is it June yet, or is it still May? I don't even know. Next Wednesday is our mixed media night where I'm going to show you how to make the crackle. And if you guys missed the crackle, you want to rewind to the beginning of the video. I don't know where it is because I have found how to make crackle paste. And it's make as you need it. So, I mean, you'll probably want to make a little more and keep it in a little jar, but it's going to be so inexpensive that if it dries out on you, it does not even matter. And most of the besties already know, but I will tell everybody else in a future live, but you can kiss buy and paste goodbye forever for the rest of your life, because I've got a hack on that for you. And the cold wax. So we're going to make those things in the mixed media night. And then time permitted, or maybe at the end of the month, I'll cut these up and make cards out of them. I'd like to add some stuff to these. So as we're doing our cold wax, I'll probably make some up or pull out the lunar paste and add some of the colors in there where I wanted. But this is my favorite color palette. I just love blue and brown. Copper, you know what I mean, goes really well together with silver and black. So I'm going to put that to the side so that I don't get more inky fingers, because, you know, hey, at least this spot is clean, right? So questions? Well, I'm glad you like what you saw, Pat, and I hope everybody else, well, I know everybody else, mostly everybody else enjoyed, because everybody mentioned so. Let me move this so I don't put my arm in it. It was a struggle without Heather. I hope I didn't miss anybody's large caps. I'm trying to scroll, asking questions. You clicked on the link for the wax, but it doesn't come up. Let me just check it really quick. I'll check it right after the video for you, okay, Gina? I'll check it as soon as I'm done. It should come up. I don't know why it wouldn't. For the deco, what happened when you clicked it? But I will double check that link for you. It'll just take me forever to route there. So it is a beautiful mess. You're absolutely right, Lynn. And you know, Lynn, if it's a blob, then you have to hang around, because if you don't see what I do with my duds, I just did a card with my duds here, a fish card. I don't even know where it went. I made another stencil too. I should probably show you guys. I made this stencil. Oh, I can't see. There we go. I made this stencil just because I needed some cute stars to go on my little bear card. But if you make a mess, then you cut it up even smaller pieces and die cut out of it. It's never, never a waste. So fear is the biggest inhibition of success, the biggest preventer of learning. So do not fear, all right? I don't know how to help. I clicked on the link. It's not the PDF. It's not the PDF. I don't know why everybody keeps talking about the PDF. I'm not sure. But unless you're talking about the PDF for class at the next week. And if that's the case, send me a message. But I put the paint on Canson watercolor paper linked down below. So I will check on that for you, Gina. But I don't want to keep everybody else that's done. I will, on the next week, actually, you know what? Maybe I'll just give away this card. Where's my other one? I'll pick, because I always give away a card, right? I have two. Let's go. I'm going to let the person pick, whoever wins, okay? Because I always give away a card, and you hung out this long. So these are the two cards I made. I can't see. Sorry, I flipped my screen. These are the two cards I made. I made this one. Says hello, and it's got some like sticker thingies. I might have got these ones from Temu, or I might have got them from the washi tape shop. I can't remember, but I've got some of those. I've got like a sticker doily on there, a sticker vase, sticker paper. So this was a piece of a bigger piece, and then this one, of course, is sending you happy thoughts. So these are the two cards. I'm going to call this one number 1. This is number 1, cold wax, okay? Number 2, or Paris cold wax, flower cold wax. When you fill out a winner's form, if you just put a card with a question mark, I'm sorry, I don't know what you won, and I have too many people to chase and ask, so you have to remember what it is you win. So you're going to choose Paris cold wax or flower cold wax, and I will mail it to you. So the question is... Here's the question. I showed you a stencil set at the very beginning. How much was the stencil set? And gotta wait till I type go. Hold on. Go. Okay, there you go. How much was the stencil set I showed you at the beginning? It's a My Inkie Finger stencil set that I made. How much was it? And I will check the here really quick live. I'm still getting over that cold. I still got like stuffiness, and let me check here. Cold wax, go down to the bottom, and it says cold wax. Don't do the Dorland's one, the Wax Effects right here. And I shall copy this and paste it into the address bar. And it goes right to it. Oh. Okay, I see what happened. Yeah, I'll check on that and see why it did that, because the link shows you, right? But then it takes you, it must have sold out. So I'll have to figure out what happened there. So, oh, you guys are still trying to figure that out. Okay, so let me type in search. It must have sold out. Sorry. All the more reason to make your own now. I'm sorry. I didn't know that it had sold out. That's a bummer. Oh, you know what? I am looking in Canada too. So if you're in Canada, maybe that's why. So let me look at DecoArt Cold Wax. No, even in the US, it's not showing up. So sorry, I apologize. I have no control over what happens to products on YouTube. So, okay, so I still haven't gotten, definitely wasn't free. I still haven't got an answer. First person to answer me, you can always go click the link and check because obviously nobody knows. Da, 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 da. Live chat. Yeah, I'm on live chat. First person to tell me. And the stencil set is called Numbers, Letters, and More. So if you missed it, you definitely want to go check that out. So the winner will choose the Cold Wax Paris or the Cold Wax Flower. My stencils aren't $9.99 for a set, but that was a good guess, Melissa. Nice try. It's an even number. It's an even number. That's, oh, you know what? I think I typed the wrong thing here. It's called Wax Effects. Wax Effects. Yeah, I don't even see it on Amazon in the States. Dang. That sucks. I know it was there because I linked it. I wouldn't link something that shows it goes to Amazon if, you know, holy cow, da 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 da. Da, 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 da. I still haven't got a correct answer. I don't believe. Nope. I got people that are close. I was here and I do not. I didn't say the price. I just thought if anybody went and looked, then they'd be one step ahead of the game. One step ahead of the game. Was that unfair to ask that question? Kimberly was close. You guys should just start spitting out numbers. Just start typing out numbers and just whoever randomly gets. I just figured somebody had at least clicked it by now and checked. So, sorry. First one to guess. Which is bizarre because there's already 4 orders. So obviously those people aren't here anymore. Obviously they left. Oh, you guys are almost within pennies. Like you're within pennies now. You're so close. Melissa, $25. Yes, $25 US. Melissa has won. So Melissa, winner's form down below. Congratulations. Cold Wax Paris or Cold Wax Flowers. You pick. Brenda was like, so close. Melissa beat you to it. But thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. And definitely join as a bestie. Come and hang out with us while we make our own cold waxes, because call your art store too. You know what I mean? You have the name of it. You know what it's called. DecoArt. I'll show you one more time. Cold Wax. DecoArt Wax Effects Translucent. Okay. So have a look. This one's the neutral. It's regular $13.50. That's Canadian. So it'd be even less American. But good luck finding it, and I will try to see if I can't find it for you guys and update the link, okay? But until I see you guys again, take care and happy stamping.